After writing 2 transformational books myself and supporting many other beings to do the same, I've become enthralled by the deep and mysterious magic that's activated when we choose to say yes to ourselves and commit to the book writing journey. Of course, we want to inspire change and new perspectives in our readers, but the transformation that happens as an author, both throughout the writing process and by actually releasing your book into the world, is surprisingly potent. I know I've been blindsided in the most disruptive and delicious ways by some of the changes my books have brought into my life. Writing a book is like casting a spell. Although we can never be completely sure what's going to be unleashed during the process, we choose to do it anyway. This Unbound one is a heroic journey. Each book has the potential to be a magical portal, a doorway to a new world, both for you and your reader. Each book has a very specific medicine that it's here to share with us. And each book gives us the opportunity to alchemize the magnificent imperfection of our experience into gold. The truth is that anyone can write a book. We could all get a few thousand words down and put them together. But what fascinates me is what happens when we allow the book writing process to go deeper. When we say, fuck it, get naked and dive way down beneath the surface. Letting go of the shoulds and any need to be acceptable, sensible, or approved of. What fascinates me is what happens when we make ourselves fully available to being transformed by the very act of writing a book. This is Unbound Writing, and this is the process we'll be exploring together here in the Unbound Writers Club. I'm Nicola, author and founder of the Unbound Press, and I help magical beings to write the transformational book they're really here to write at this time. I'm your guide here in the Unbound Writers Club, and the aim of this podcast is to help you to feel supported, encouraged, activated as you embark on your book writing journey. Whether you're a first-time author or have many books out in the world, my hope is that you will find something here to inspire you. Let's dive in. Hello, Magical One. Welcome to the Unbound Writers Club. It's Nicola here, and as I'm recording this, it is a Monday morning. I have just been doing my journaling. I journal most mornings. Not every, I go through phases with my journaling, to be honest. Like everything, when it comes to living unbound, writing unbound, we're cyclical beings, so I don't put pressure on myself to journal every day. But I'm just back from a week's holiday in gorgeous Lemnos in Greece, which was such a magical place. So beautiful, just always good to have that space. So like my first week back at work and like entering into these last few months of the year, can you believe it? Like what even is time doing right now? I wanted to come back to the page, back to my journal, like anchor myself in to my vision, really. And I was planning to record a podcast episode on something completely different today. But as I was journaling, I was like, I really feel called to share this with you. And I'm really like conscious of my vision right now, like the vision of the Unbound Press, and the Unbound writing community, the whole Unbound community. It goes so much kind of wider than writing books, birthing books into the world, to be honest. And we are approaching our 5th anniversary, which will be on November the 22nd this year, 2023. And so I'm really tuning into like, what am I here for? What are we here for? And when I say we, I mean, like, if you're listening to this, you are very much part of the Unbound community, the Unbound writing community. Like, what are we here for? What is this? What is the next evolution, I guess, going to look like? And like, this is really interesting because as I'm recording this again next week, I am beginning to hold space for a new group program, Compelling Confidence, which is for soul-led aspiring authors to really move beyond the doubts, really anchor into the confident author they're here to be and get into momentum with their book. And one of the first things that we're going to be doing, like each week during the 5 weeks, there are going to be 3 like really tangible steps to take to help you anchor into your confidence, like become more confident as a writer, as the author you're here to be. And in week 1, one of the things that we're going to be doing is really like looking at your vision for your book, your intention for your book, like the change that you want to create, the change you want to activate through your writing, through the book that you are called to birth into the world. So I've been really revisiting that process myself. And as I was journaling this morning, I remembered a vision that I had back in 2019 when I was on retreat in Spain with one of my mentors. And you may have heard me talk about this before. It was about a year into the Unbound Press, and I wasn't quite sure what the Unbound Press really was, what it wanted to be at the time. Obviously, it was a publishing company, but like I could sense there was something more. And it was this gorgeous like infinity pool on the retreat at the villa where we were staying. And I was there on my own one afternoon, and I was just floating on my back in the pool. I love to do that. So just like arms out wide, like in a star shape, just floating, letting the water support me. And as I did that, I looked to one side and I saw this insect. I'm not sure what it was. Maybe it was some kind of spider. I don't know. But it had, its legs kind of, again, like in a star shape, it had more than 4 legs, 5 legs. I don't know, 6 legs, whatever. But it was kind of in a star shape, floating on the surface of the water. And it just looked so, well, it was so supported. There was a lightness to it. And you could just tell, like, whatever the water was going to do, that insect, that creature was going to be able to go with it and just adjust. And as I saw that, I had this sense of lots of kind of circles of beings, of women, like pods of beings, of women under the surface of the earth. Oh my goodness. I hope you're going to get this. It's quite hard to put into words because I had a really felt sense of it. But I had this vision of lots of like community circles, pods of women, of beings under the surface of the earth and just waiting for the time to rise up onto the surface. And my sense was when that rising happened, I felt myself, like the Unbound Press was part of this. I felt you were part of this, like everyone in the Unbound community was part of this. And obviously it goes beyond that. But when the time was right, we would all rise up to the surface, and like everything that is needed for the times that we are navigating would be there, like already in place. We've been doing all of this work under the surface. And that's, what activated this kind of memory in my journaling this morning. There was something, I was asking the question, like, who am I here for? I guess, who is the Unbound Press for? Who is the Unbound Writing approach for? Who is the Unbound approach to life for? There was something around being here for the women, for the humans who have been kind of in the shadows, like under the surface for too long. And actually, as I say too long, I guess it's all perfect. We've been kind of like anchoring into who we are. We have been remembering who we are, what we're here for. We have been honing our craft. Like, don't you feel that? You've been honing your craft, mining your wisdom, like remembering, going through this process of continual remembering for the longest time. And I know, like, sometimes that can feel frustrating. So it's like, oh, is this never going to be done? Like, when do I get to have my time? When do I get to be able to really like make the impact that I know that I'm here to make? And what I feel, what I sense, what kind of came through as I was journaling today is like, now is a time when we get to rise up. And it feels really gentle. You know, sometimes there can be this like fierce, like, rah, like it's your time and go for it. It doesn't feel like that. It just feels like this gentle rising, like coming out of the shadows, up, kind of out, like rising up and knowing that everything we have experienced, everything we've learned, everything we've remembered is to prepare us for holding space for ourselves and for others, like the people that we're meant to be holding space for, holding space for like the planet, for the world, as we navigate these like continually challenging, transitional, transformational times. So I don't know if that resonates with you at all, but what I'm hearing a lot of right now, it's been bubbling up this year, is things are changing, like in the online space that I am part of, that the Unbound Press is part of, that, you know, maybe you're part of as you're listening to this. Things are changing, and things that have been working up until now, the way we offer things, the way we work, you know, the way we share, the way we attract people into our world, a lot of that is not working anymore. What we've been taught to do and what has worked for a long time is not. Like, things are really changing. Like, I feel like I could have been saying this I have been saying this for the past 5+ years, but it feels like that speed of change is accelerating now, and we can't do things the way that we used to. So it gets to be different now. We get to be different. And by that, I mean, we get to be who we are. We don't have to mold ourselves into these shapes anymore, into a particular way of being. We get to be fully who we are. So, yeah. I just felt called to share that with you today in this week's episode. Whenever you are listening to this, I trust that it is the right time for you to hear it. And yeah, I'm really curious to kind of share more around this and to see what wants to unfold, what wants to emerge. Certainly for the Unbound Press as we approach our 5th anniversary. And it feels like a really important, like a cycle is being completed, and we get to move into something different. And like I said, as I say, you are very much part of this community. You know, what we are creating, I'm never sure entirely what we are creating. I'm never entirely sure what I am creating. But this morning, I trusted the call to share this with you. If it resonates, let me know. Let me know. Pop me a DM on Instagram. I'm at Nicola Humber, or, you know, find me on Facebook. I'm always really happy to hear from you. And yeah, let's see what this gentle rising might be like, might look like. It feels really powerful, and I am so grateful to you for being part of it. And yeah, I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it there. I was going to talk a little bit more about compelling confidence, which starts next week. But if you want to hear more about that, again, just pop me a message. Let me know and I can send you the details. But I just want to leave it there. Yeah. Okay. So thank you for listening. Like I said, I am so, so grateful to you for being part of this community. And yeah, excited to see what's next. Sending you lots of love. What do you do when you want to write a book, but the usual approaches are leaving you feeling restricted, pressurized, not at all enough, and pretty dry, to be honest? You find another way, of course. And if you are listening to this, my free unconventional book writing guide is going to be perfect for you. It's designed especially for soul-led coaches, healers, and mentors who want to write a transformational book without spending hours on end chained to a desk. In it, I'm giving you my unique spin on the top 10 questions I hear from would-be authors, and it's going to help you liberate the way you write forever. Download your free copy of the guide now over at nicolahumber.com/10, the number 10, 10 hyphen questions.